Hi there, this is Johanna Lee, and what I wanted to talk about today were some ideas for what to add to your quick access bar. So, for those of you that don't know, the quick access bar is going to be right up here. So, typically, you'll have you'll have your auto save and you'll have a save button, but right in here, right before it tells you what the name of the Excel file is where you have your quick access. And so for anyone that knows hotkeys, the way to get into the hotkey world is to start with Alt, the keystroke Alt. So once you do that, what you'll see is you'll see all of these options of in yellow of what to do in order to get to the next keystroke. For example, if you wanted to highlight a cell in your Excel file, you would hit H in Home, and then you would hit H again because that's where highlight is. And so then you can kind of go up and down without your mouse, and you can kind of change the color of a cell, which is pretty neat. And so as you kind of get into hotkeys, what you'll recognize is that muscle memory will take over. So I'm not sure if it was super apparent, but I have highlighted many a cell in my day. So this Alt H H and then kind of the up and down of what colors I want is pretty natural, comes natural to me. However, there are certain things and certain keystrokes that you might not remember the keystroke for. So you're kind of really looking at those yellow icons that show up once you hit Alt. And that is totally fine once you kind of get the hang of it. But a few of the things that I use semi-frequently that I don't remember the hotkeys for, what I do instead is I add them to my quick access bar. So as you can see here, if I hit Alt and I hit 1, it's going to remove grid lines. So grid lines is one of my pet peeves. I think Excel files look so much prettier without grid lines. But as you can see, since I have it as my number 1, I can add them back or remove them by hitting that Alt 1, and kind of back and forth. So that's really helpful for me, just from a review perspective for work. Another one that I use quite frequently is going to be that pivot table. So I added that to my number 2 field here. And so it'll kind of take me through the prompts to create a pivot table. Which is really helpful. So those are my 2 biggest recommendations. Another recommendation, and my last recommendation for this video, is going to be something that's really specific to my job, but it shows an example of kind of all of the steps it takes to get there. So for example, if I have any formula-driven cells. So for example, if this is summing up, what I want to do is make this number 30. I would do a goal seek for G. So goal seek is kind of what I'm getting to, but the goal seek keystroke is pretty complicated. So it's going to be in the data tab, so A, and then it's also going to be in the what if analysis, so W, and then it's going to be in the goal seek. So once you hit goal seek, say I want to set the value of H2 to 30 by changing G2, it'll give me OK, and then I click OK. But what happens is that the goal seek removes. So sometimes if I have to do multiple goal seeks in a row, what I want in actuality is a quicker way to get to this data tab, then what if analysis, then the goal seek function. So what you can do then, if you kind of recognize certain keystrokes that you use for your work a lot, what I would suggest is going to that specific function, right clicking that and saying add to quick access toolbar. So now as I go down the line and I'm trying to do the same thing across all of these and do a goal seek for all 4 rows that I have here, what I would do then, instead of going all the way to the data tab, what if analysis and goal seek, I can just go Alt and then 3. And then it'll bring up my goal seek prompt and I'm kind of good to go. So the last thing that I just wanted to show for you guys was how to do that, how to add it to your quick access bar. So kind of really think through what you use the most. And for me, at this point in my career, goal seek is kind of a go-to win. So my recommendations are grid lines for making your Excel file pretty, pivot tables because those are ubiquitous, I feel like, and then the goal seek function. So hopefully this is helpful to kind of think through what is best added to a quick access bar. The fun thing about them is that they're different for every person. So if I'm on a different computer, I can have different quick access bars, which is really nice between a personal and professional computer. So hopefully that was all helpful and easy to follow, and I'll see you for the next one.